Okay. The podcast from today's show will be posted. Anybody in America can go listen to it. So that's huge. So make sure you tell people about that and pass the word. 404-382-0338 is the number to the show. Baller Award, once again, to Florida State for getting it done. One other thing, one side story that came out of that Florida State-Clemson game. I'm from South Carolina, so I always root for the South Carolina teams no matter what happens. But this Deshaun Watson kid is the real deal. Quarterback from Gainesville High School, true freshman kid, like committed to Clemson when he was a sophomore. He's a real deal. Not only can he run the ball, he looks like a phenomenal athlete. Now, I understand why Clemson went after this guy so young in his career. Not only is he a fantastic athlete, but the guy got nice touch on his ball. And I think Dabo just had to make the move, and I don't know if they would have made this move earlier, they would have had a better chance of beating the Georgia Bulldogs or not. I don't know. I'm not sure. Because Georgia right now is handling their business. They've rebounded after the loss to South Carolina with a big win over Troy. But this Deshaun kid is the real deal. I really like his upside. And I think Watson's going to be a player for the Clemson Tigers, a real player for the next 3 or 4 years. He's a guy that has a skill set that maybe he's one of those players that can leave early. I'm serious. He just looks like an athlete. You can go back on my timeline on Twitter and on Facebook and see I posted it in the game against Georgia. In the game against Georgia, I posted it that when he got in, he looked natural. He looked like the better quarterback right then as a true freshman. The dude who was playing against 15, 16, and 17-year-olds last year. But he looked so natural and fluid. So I think Clemson and Clemson fans have got a winner in this kid. He's proven. He's a big-time player. I think his numbers were just like bananas, the numbers that I saw posted for him. And I'll try to find those. But he's replacing the stout kid who was a fifth-year senior. And you know if they replace a fifth-year senior with a true freshman, you know that he's got to be the real deal. And I think this kid is the real deal. He was the Gatorade Player of the Year in Georgia as a senior. Had 4,431 yards passing and 57 touchdowns against only 5 interceptions, along with 1,057 yards rushing with 14 touchdowns rushing as a senior. So the kid is a bona fide player. Real athlete, great size. He's going to pick up weight because they're going to feed his ass in the cafeteria and add about 20 pounds on him by the time he leaves. So I think that's something Clemson has to look forward to is that kid down the road. Vic Beasley was a terror this past weekend for Clemson getting after Florida State's quarterback. So I think Clemson's got some things to hold their head up about, but it just wasn't enough, and the football guys weren't going to let him win, clearly. That was a horrible, horrible loss. Let's talk to Triple Platinum from Huntsville. Triple Platinum, thanks for calling the Doug Stewart Show. What you got? Hello? Hello? Okay, we got to get that phone situation corrected. But the number to the show is 404-382-0338. That's the number to the show, 404-382-0338. Shots out and Ball Award goes to the Georgia Tech Yellow Jackets. They get a huge win this past weekend on the road at Virginia Tech. They get a Ball Award. I'm going to give a Ball Award to their quarterback, too, Justin Thomas. This kid is nice. This kid is nice. Now, you're talking about a kid that was recruited to play defensive back, and they kept mentioning this weekend. He was recruited to play defensive back at Alabama by Nick Saban. So he's a fantastic athlete. Kind of in size reminds you of Reggie Ball, Joe Hamilton. Not as good as Joe Hamilton, clearly not right now, but probably a better athlete than Joe Hamilton was at his time at Georgia Tech. And so the sky's the limit for this kid. So they go on the road, they get a huge win against Virginia Tech. And I don't know how good or how, average that win was, because Virginia Tech, they go into Ohio State and beat the Buccaneers, Ohio State Bucks, and then they turn around and lose the following week, okay? So you don't know how good of a team Virginia Tech is right now, but on the road in Blacksburg is a good win no matter what, no matter how you look at it, period. Simple as that. So great win for Tech. They're 4-0 right now. Who saw that coming? Who saw that coming, okay? And, a lot of people always have are at odds with Georgia Tech and the program and the fact that this offense that Paul runs, and he wins games. He wins games, and they got another huge win in the ACC, an ACC road win in conference. That's huge. You can't say anything but good things about that. All right, the number is 404-382-0338. Okay, let's go ahead and grab my man Huntsville. Huntsville, thanks for calling the Doug Stewart Show. What you got? Hello? Hey, Huntsville.
Yes, sir.
Hey, how you doing, bro? What's going on?
Hello?
Yes. Are you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay, now who am I speaking to?
This is Triple Platinum T from Huntsville.
T from Huntsville. What's going on, bruh? This is Doug Stewart. What's going on with you, man? You been drinking? I mean, you been drinking? What's going on?
Man, I've been sitting around waiting for you, dude. I've been sitting around like Gator and Robert Downey Jr. for the past couple of years waiting on some good sports radio. Okay?
I hear you. I need you, T from Huntsville. I need you to turn your radio down in the background. But we are back, man. I'm back, man. Thank you so much for calling. Now, T from Huntsville is triple platinum caller, fantastic caller, knows his sports, very passionate. T, thanks for calling. We're gonna get this phone situation straightened out, real quick, fast, in a hurry. You believe that, man? What you got?
Man, just want to call in, man. I'm glad to hear from you, man. I got to give a bust up to Roger Goodell and the rules he's implemented, but more importantly, the way they're being pushed to me. If you watch, to me anyway, I saw Drew Brees get a hit yesterday that I thought was a good tackle. He got up clowning, got a flag. I watched Cam Newton and multiple other quarterbacks get hit going out of bounds, get hit on the head, get jumped on by 300-pound linemen, nothing. I mean, if they're going to do that rule, they need to do it all the way around.
He's not consistent. You know what? He's not consistent. The league is not. Go ahead.
The only reason I'm going to give them a ball is because I think they're one of the better teams in the country, man. But for what I can see, they're not getting any credit or any looks at all. They're saying everything they did last year was luck. They're playing good opponents. They have a hell of a schedule coming up, and I think that team's going to be reckoned with, to be reckoned with at the end of the day, man. That's a rough squad.
Hey, T from Huntsville.
Again, dude, just glad to hear you back on the air, man. I'll be listening to calling as much as I can. And, thank God for the Doug Stewart Show. If you don't know it, that damn show on the internet, I'm gone.
And he's gone. Appreciate the call, T from Huntsville. Thank you very much. The number is 404-382-0338. And thank you very much for the call, T. And T is one of those guys that's been with us from the very beginning. Like I said, very passionate, knows his sports. From Huntsville. I think that's the home of Alabama A&M is in Huntsville, Alabama, from the SWAC. Alabama A&M actually got a big win against UAB last weekend. I think they won the game. At the end of the game, they were up, and they had scored early, or maybe UAB came back. I'm not sure. But shouts out to you, T. I appreciate it, man. Continue to tell people about it. Pass the word. Today is a Baller and Buster Monday. Man Talk Monday. We want your ballers and your busters from this past weekend, and there's so many that you can give out. Speaking of Alabama, UGA just smacked the ish like a pimp to one of his hoes to Troy State this past weekend, 66-0. The game was pretty much over at halftime. I mean, it was over in the first quarter. I think Gurley played the first quarter. Most of the starters didn't play but a half, and they still racked up 66 points. Troy State right now is struggling. That's an understatement that they're struggling. They're 0-4, and, I mean, they just got destroyed this past weekend, and you see the talent. And you think Gurley is one of those guys that could, probably go for 300 yards, but you don't want to risk injury as well. So Mark Richt took him out of the game very early, save him up for conference play. But great win by Georgia. Not really a great win, but it's a win is a win is a win. That's a check mark on the win column when you go back and look at it. All right, when we get back from the break, we're going to grab your phone calls, more ballers and busters, and I'm going to talk a little bit about the Braves, and we're going to, revisit this talk about the NFL and Roger Goodell. Bottom line, you're the face of the league. I think that you've lost all credibility with the players in the league, so whenever something happens now, you can't prance out there, culpability and ignorance is not an excuse and this, that, and the other, okay? Right now, what you say doesn't mean nothing. I mean, it means absolutely nothing. And this is nothing new from me. I've been saying this for years. About Roger Goodell. So we'll see what happens. We'll grab more of your calls up next on the Doug Stewart Show. Welcome to Atlanta, my SC State Bulldog family. Once again, your boy Stu is throwing the biggest party of the year, October 3rd, 2014, in honor of the classic game being played in Atlanta that Saturday. It's only for the grown and sexy, though. The party will be held in the Georgia Ballroom in the Crown Plaza Hotel, located at 590 West Peachtree Street, Northwest ATL, starting at 10 p.m. Atlanta's own DJ Cowboy playing all the old school hits. You know how he do. It's going to be crazy. Last year at Asia, 4 years ago at Shout, this year at the Crown Plaza, bananas! Advance tickets are $20 for a limited time, so get yours at theclassicparty.eventbrite.com. Last year, over 1,000 people kicked it hard at ATL with your boy. And to quote the great Sidney Poitier, let's do it again. See you in Atlanta. What is 9/11 Tax Relief? It's a tax relief company that can help you reduce or remove your IRS or state tax debt. They'll help stop bank levies and wage garnishments by implementing offers in compromise or penalty abatements. 9/11 Tax Relief is a tax relief company, but they're different from the others. Their experts are licensed, enrolled tax agents, and they also have more than 12 years experience helping people solve their tax problems. They're a tax relief company that understands how the IRS works, and they'll also put that knowledge to work for you so they can get you the best possible settlement or solution to your tax problems. Highly rated by the Better Business Bureau, and they've helped thousands of people solve their tax problems. So don't play around. Click on the link on my website and let 9/11 Tax Relief help you in your situation with our uncle, better known as Sam. So you think you're a fantasy whiz, huh? Well, prove it and make some nice scratch at the same time. Scratch is money. What do you know about FanDuel? FanDuel packs the thrill of a whole season in 1 week. Play in 1 week fantasy football leagues for free money with immediate cash payouts. The money is real with no season-long commitment. That's huge because when your team starts to suck, you don't want to play no more. It's no more fun. Trade everybody. I've been there. You play win and how much you want. Deposit now and FanDuel will match it up to $200. Use the promo code COOLER. That's COOLER, and take advantage of free loot to get your game on. FanDuel, where every week is a new season.
What you gonna do when you get out of jail? I'm gonna listen to Dougie. It's the Doug Stewart Show.
This is the Doug Stewart Show. Thank you so much for joining your boy. I really appreciate it. All right, so I'm still trying to figure things out in my new studios downtown ATL. So I've got it right here. All of the chat people got going on Twitter and on Facebook and all. My producer Tree just set it off with all of this technology. So I got a couple of tweets. Glad you're back, Doug, from Underwood Kevin. All I need now is Mel to call in. All I need is Mel from Southwest Atlanta to call in. What's the number to the show? The number to the show, look at Vernon. Vern from New York. Vern from Jersey. Damn it, Vern, I said the number like 30 times. And you just got to know Vern to understand why I'm laughing about this. Vern, the number is 404-382-0338. 404-382-0338. Kendall, man, the revolution has started. Let's go. And he's referencing, I named the show The Evolution, not The Revolution. Well, I guess it is a revolution too, and from his opinion and my man Kendall. Thank you for joining your boy, The Doug Stewart Show. I really appreciate it, man. Once again, it's the people show. And we used to say that a lot. It's the people show. We really do mean that. We really do mean that it's the people show. And it's going to be your show. Just give me a call. Give me your thoughts on what happened this weekend in the world of sports. You can also email me, Doug@thedugstewartshow.com, and text me at 770-847-0536, because a lot of people still don't mess with Twitter and Facebook and all of that stuff. A lot of people just they just learning how to text. So, we got truckers and we got people that are driving. They ain't trying to do Twitter and all that like that. So you can still text your boy at 770-847-0536. Need your ballers and your busters once again from this past weekend. The Mets completed a sweep of the free-falling Braves with a 10-2 rout Sunday at Turner Field in a game that officially eliminated the Braves from playoff contention and was a microcosm of the season and the fact that they just fell apart. Now, I don't know if Frank Wren is going to lose his job. I don't know if Freddie Gonzalez is going to lose his job. But I tell you what, this isn't